Okay, there's some banter going on, it looks like. Hey, YKK, good to see you. Kyoto deciding to go for a little bit of harass here on stand-in. And Shadow Shaman just sticking around. Is he going to be going for the stacking pulls? Hasn't walked near the camp yet to start stacking. Who's going to take care of that? Possibly nobody. They want to bring up the timber chain as far as possible, so I'm not sure. Yeah, he's just sitting there. Weird. Not sure what Jello Mammoth is doing. And they don't have the ward either, so a bit of a misplay in my opinion. Dire has ward at the top here, so they are going to see some rotations from mid. As for stacking the top creep camp, it looks like for Jordan Dreyer. And in the meantime, he's just going to sit in lane and get those last hits. Liquid Fire being used on Mogul Can't Touch This, trying to draw him back a little bit. And bottom, here we go. The shackles going on KS, absolutely. Timber Chain, oh no, the Timber Chain was a little bit too soon in the wrong position. He's going to fall. He was just trying to get out of that situation, just body blocked by Kyoto, Arrow 404, and Timble. Couldn't get out of there. And in a desperate attempt to try to go somewhere, but wasn't the right moment, unfortunately. And he will fall. So Timbersaw going for the reactive armor. Gonna try to stay as safe as possible in those lanes. Okay, let's take a look here. The top lane for the Dire is being pushed up quite a bit. Jordan Dreyer Dark Knight earlier on looked like he was trying to pull, but pulling at the rock time ended up pushing out the creep wave a little bit. Not helping Jordan Dreyer at all. He needs to wait, of course, for a good stack and pull. And a little bit of a rotation here from S4, but again, not with the support of the Dark Knight. Omni Knight right now with level 1 Purification, and hasn't leveled up Degen Aura. Centaur War Runner, I think really what would be important is if a Degen Aura was used on Mogul Can't Touch This. He doesn't have an escape right now. He's going to be saving up for his Blink Dagger. But if they can get him with the Degen Aura, that's really going to be helpful. Okay, here we go. Jordan Dreyer trying to take a few last hits. S4 throwing down Liquid Fire. And you know, if Dark Knight was here, they possibly could get a kill. I really would like to see some Degen Aura pickup on the Dark Knight. So Luna, 2 abilities in her Lunar Blessing right now. Trying to go for some of those last hit. Some of that extra lasting power. 14 and 3. And her farm is going decently. Right now, Centaur War Runner has the best farm. And actually, okay, there we go. So stack and pull, successfully pushing up the creep wave. He has 21 last hits and 4 denies. And look at how aggressively he's able to play against Jordan Dreyer. He's feeling that safe right now. Now picking up the Tranquil Boots and a Magic Stick. No indication of any purifications being popped by Dark Knight yet. So even if Centaur War Runner does manage to get off a Hoof Stomp on say, Lycan, if Omni Knight is nearby, he could just respond with a purification. And that is the benefit. Oh, look at, here we go. Here's the stacks. S4 just chilling. I would really like to see S4 contribute a little bit more to some harassment on Mogul Can't Touch This. But doing a decent job at least. Trying to get the stacks off. Doesn't look like that one is going to work. Or is it? No, that one didn't work. Yeah, I mean, they have a real shot against denying Mogul Can't Touch This here. In the meantime, he's just going to continue. Oh, missed Ice Path. Mogul Can't Touch This is going to farm his way to a Blink Dagger right away. And it's going to feel quite safe doing it. Timbersaw now with 2 levels of Timber Chain. Look at this, only level 3. 5.5 minutes of the game. Wow, he's gotten basically no experience in this lane. He's been forced back so many times. That first Timber Chain being quite unfortunate. But I'm surprised he hasn't had some more experience. Okay, there we go. Level 4.5 now is going to pick up Whirling Death. Shadow Fiend now with his first Wraith Band and Bottle. The Dire will have vision on the top rune and the bottom rune. There we go. So there's the ward from the Radiant now. They're going to see any rotations or gank attempts happening right here, possibly from Shadow Fiend. And P2Z Dota going to go for a rotation. Does have a double damage rune. And look at this. The Radiant is pushed up a little bit. Is he going to go for it? No, he's just going to instead choose to go for some extra last hitting power potentially. Or a little bit of a later gank. Here we go top. Let's look here. Mogul can't touch us being so aggressive right now. He's had such a great laning time against Lycan. And decided to go against S4. S4 able to run away from that one. And he's just going to go back to laning. Level 6.5 now. And pretty far away from his Blink Dagger still. Lycan, how's your farm going, my friend? 27 last hits and 1 deny. Not doing too bad. He definitely has been able to pick it up. Are they going to go on Mogul can't touch this? The Wolves now doing their job. And they're not going to pursue under the tower. Just going to back off. Liquid Fire being used. Is Jordan Dreyer going to go for it? Is going to land the Ice Path. This could be a kill on Mogul can't touch this if he can get his Wolves to go. But tanking. There we go. There's the purification. Tanking the damage from the tower. S4. Oh, missing on Mogul can't touch this. Stampede now. And double edge. Going to be used to get the kill. Mogul can't touch this. Feeling healthy after that. And he's going to pick up some sentry wards. Not wanting to get rotated on. And his laning experience has been excellent so far this game. Haven't seen any rotations yet from P2Z Dota. Just doing an excellent job farming. And neck and neck right now is Death Prophet. Death Prophet having 36 last hits and 7 denies. That Crypt Swarm definitely helping her out. And S4 a rotation bottom. Oh, you know what? Goblins. It looks like the coffee bot is off right now. So I had one of those situations where the computer restarted and the coffee bot got shut off. Okay, a little bit of a shackle there, but it's just a tease, an Ice Path to follow up, but it's not going to connect with anyone. And Timble just going to go back to last hitting. Timble's farm really coming online here. Has the Ring of Aquila, has the power treads, and $1,200 in the bank. Now S4, what is S4 going to be able to do here? Stand-in doesn't have Chakram yet, so can't be entirely aggressive. Things change quite a bit as soon as the Chakram comes into play. The S4 just trying to, I guess, trying to help out Stand-in, absolutely. A little bit of utility. And Lucent Beam going to be used on S4 just to harass a little bit. Okay, top. There we go. There's a degen aura from Dark Knight. Just one level though. Purification. Leveled up in level 3 now, so that'd be useful with the Soul Ring. He doesn't have that. He has almost enough for the Soul Ring, but not choosing to go for that quite yet. Soul Ring would be very helpful. Here we go. So Death Prophet getting the kill. There we go on the Timbersaw, shutting him down once again. Crypt Swarm just about finishing off S4. And Ice Path turning around, going for an Ice Path, not going to connect on the Death Prophet. So that's 4 down right now. Radiant's looking very strong. They've made things work. The top lane is feeling so good, as well as the bottom lane successfully shutting down the Timbersaw. Timbersaw is in a lot of trouble, and look at this P2Z Dota though. Might take the tier 1 tower. Now, Glyph is going to be popped and Death Prophet is going to be back there in time. Has 1 charge in the bottle, $1,300 in the bank. And the 9.5 minutes of the game, Death Prophet is level 9 now. Centaur Warrunner picking up the Ring of Health next. I'm going to be going straight to a Vanguard rather than going Blink Dagger, unless, of course, that Ring of Health is just used for a little extra survivability in the lane. And then could be going straight to a Blink Dagger. Could do either. Degen Aura now on Mogul can't touch this. This is how they need to set this up. Dark Knight missing a Purification, though. That was important. And possibly would have been best if he would have waited for the Hoof Stomp like that. Now Jordan Dreyer taking a little bit of that damage. S4 rotating top. I don't think he's going to have the distance that he can close for an Ice Path. Oh, no, here it is. This is the possibility for an Ice Path. But S4 just sitting there now is going to connect on Death Prophet. Guardian Angel used. And Death Prophet going to pop her ult. Going to tank it, but she's not going to have the support of her team. When the Death Prophet pops the ult, it is absolutely important that... oh, pardon me. You know, I switched actually in my mind whose team was on who. Oh, my goodness. Well, the Dire team was there. And so was the Radiant team. She did have the support, but just fell too low. And the Dire team do get the kill on the Death Prophet, and that's exactly who they wanted to shut down. They do have the possibility to shut down the Mogul can't touch this as well. if the degen aura is used when Mogul Can't Touch This is pushed up too far, and they use that extra slow to have an easier time lining up an ice path, they could walk up and get a purification bomb right now. Omni Knight is level 3 still on purification. With a soul ring, this would be very helpful. Has gone for the arcane boots, so some extra is going to ward up there. Seeing what's going on mid. With the arcane boots, of course, that is going to help a lot in lane, but he's not even in lane right now. Not even lane right now. Just going to be rotating bottom, I guess, after putting down some wards. I'm not sure I agree with this yet. This is, in my opinion, a little bit more of a mid-game warm. Twitch chat, I'm interested in what you think, actually. Twitch chat, what do you think about this placement right now at this point of the game? S4 landing a defensive... Oh, Crypt Swarm, very close to finishing her off. The Death Prophet, having the higher movement speed, is going to walk up and be able to right-click down S4. But now on the run. Shadow Fiend, level 10.5, has picked up a Midas, 1,200 bucks in the bank. Ring of Bassi. Shadow Fiend showing a very strong game so far. 78 last hits, 5 denies. Centaur Warrunner still waiting for that Blink Dagger, 1,700 bucks now, and is not going to go for the Vanguard. Is just going to go for that extra survivability in lane with the Ring of Health. Okay, S4 is going to find the Death Prophet. Death Prophet's just sitting there. Oh my goodness. Possibly faking an illusion. Or is that... That almost looks like a disconnect. Well, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Arrow 4 and 4 going to be guarding the regen room bottom. And who's going to pick it up? Timbersaw having a really, really hard game so far as off lane. Just level 7. Oh, here we go. Error not found is going to be gone on by Shadow Fiend, but Timble turning around, going in for a Lucent Beam. Chakram is going to miss Timble. Not going to get any slow off. Dark Knight deciding to go on the defensive and go for a Repel. Just keep everybody feeling safe and healthy. Timble backing off a bit, doesn't have very much mana at the moment for this fight. Isn't going to be able to fire off an Eclipse or a Lucent Beam. But she does have the benefit, at least, of the extra damage bonus with the Lunar Blessing, now adding 30 to everybody's right clicks. The Shadow Shaman not level 6 yet. Ooh, just still level 4, 13 minutes of the game. The smoke is used. And are they going to try and possibly get the wrap on P2Z Dota here? They do have some extra movement speed. And Death Prophet is going to get seen. The Hex going on Dark Knight. The Telekinesis. Crypt Swarm to follow up. The Shackles are going to be next. And Death Prophet popping her all and is going to get the damage. Enough for a kill on Dark Knight. P2Z Dota just going to walk away. What a cool courier, by the way. The Ice Path doesn't look like it's going to connect with anyone. Chakram going to be used. Stannon absolutely getting quite a bit of damage there on the Death Prophet. Actually very close. The Timber Chain is going to be missed again. Shadow Rays, however, in combination with the right clicks, is going to take her down. Kyoto barely just missing there from the Ice Path. Stannon absolutely going to play a little bit defensively here and back off. Kyoto still in the mix. S4, is he going to go for it? No, an Ice Path going to be too late, though. Not going to connect. Doesn't have any carries to support him, but Timble on the way. And the right click's coming off now. Lucent Beam, that's going to be enough for the kill. And yeah, Stannon absolutely having a tough go this game. Now, they've had a few kills recently that's helping him out a little bit, but he needs to be further ahead here to make this lane work, and they're going to be five-manning right away. He just needs some more farm. He is so far away from getting this Bloodstone. Oh, and we missed it top. Looks like Jordan Dreyer and Mogul Can't Touch This switched out kills for one another, and both of them will fall. P2Z Dota very, very farmed right now. Already has the Boots of Travel, 15 minutes of the game. Excellent timing. Excellent timing. Also considering has Ring of Bassi, 1,500 bucks, and Hand of Midas. So that Shadow Fiend is going to be a big issue. Going to be split pushing and threatening to take top. Jakiro is going to disconnect. And we should see a pause coming off shortly. There we go. That's unfortunate. Oh, man. Going for an abandon. Not sure what happened there. Okay, well, don't know what to say about that. I guess we'll do the best that we can. That's the only thing we can do. Top tower is going to be taken by Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend just going to boots a travel away. Refill his bottle up. In meantime, Standing absolutely getting a little bit of damage on Timble, but oh, Timber Chain away, Timber Chain away, Timber Chain away. Telekinesis going to be taken. Oh no, Timber Chain is going to use. Wait a minute, no, Rubik is going to finish him off. In the end, the Timber Chain landed, but it was way too late. And Omni Knight coming at the wrong time with that Purify. Feeling silly right now and not doing too much in that situation. And just going to push back the creep wave bottom lane. Yeah, OTH, Tim, the coffee bot is down, unfortunately, before the game. I hadn't turned that on, so there was a computer restart. And I'd taken for granted that it was on, guys. Sorry about that. Jordan Dreher continuing to get some farm here. 96 last hits and 2 denies at the moment. Has his Vladimir's going for his BKB next. Obviously going to want a 5-man and right-click the junk out of the Radiant team. Okay, here it looks like not knowing exactly whether or not it should go on the Death Prophet. There is the Centaur Warren close by. Blink Dagger, Hoop Stomp in. And a double edge follow-up after. There's the ult from Lycan. Lycan does not have BKB. Doesn't want to lose the money. Oh, the Purification Bomb deciding to go back in. There we go, the Wolves. And the Requiem of Souls going to finish off the Centaur Warrunner. Now Lycan going to get thrown up by Death Prophet with the Yule Scepter. Nice job. Jordan Dreher still in full pursuit, though. Has, of course, a little bit of extra bonus speed. And the ult is going to be used. Silence now. The Wolves still having a potential here to take the kill on the Death Prophet. Crypt Swarm going to go back. Not quite enough. And Death Prophet going to stay alive. Both Rubik and Centaur Warrunner falling in that last team fight. There's going to be a net gold change of about 1,500 for the Dire team and 2,800 gold change. And here's Arrow 4-4 sitting on his wards. Playing it safe. Okay. Dark Knight going to get some aggressive vision going on. So, okay, interesting. Was that abandon out of frustration? I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, we should definitely set up a system when somebody abandons like that, that they can't play for a little while, because that's very frustrating for everybody else, of course. So let's take a look at the vision right now from the Dire and the Radiant. Radiant has the vision on Roshan at the moment. They're going to want to see when it is that Lycan goes for the attempt on the Roshan. He's going to be able to right now, actually. And the question is whether or not he does go for that soon. Just going to stay in lane. Doesn't have his BKB finished. No, never mind. He does have it finished. And now would be a good time to pick up the Aegis and go into a 5-man death ball. Dark Knight still not picking up on his soul ring. And I really would like to see an attempt right now from Lycan on the Roshan. Kyoto possibly wanting to go for a Roshan here, with, of course, the assistance of his team. Pings going off from looks like they do want to have some vision on Roshan there. They're getting really nervous. Dark Knight just hanging out, wanting to create a little bit of space so that Lycan can get the Roshan. So they're obviously thinking about it. Lycan finished picking up his BKB recipe now, so he's ready to go for these team fights. So what's going to happen next here? Don't know why he's waiting so long to go for this Roshan. Standing absolutely 20 minutes of the game. Still just going to be level 10 right now. Had definitely a rough game. And 3.8k net worth. Look at the net worth on the Shadow Fiend, though. 12.6k at the moment. Finished off the Sanjinyasha. Wow, great timing for that, considering everything else he does have. 2,500 bucks in the bank as well, doing a great job farming off these Ancients. And yeah, he's just exploding with his farm. So while absolutely hasn't had a good offlane, these teamfight presents are definitely going to be in full effect here with P2Z Dota. He does have 36 souls, his maximum souls saved up. Luna really needs to farm up, has her BKB now. She's going to also have level 4 Lunar Blessing. The Moonglave's starting to come out level 2. So she's ready to have everybody closed up here during these team fights. Getting all those bounces from the glaives. Shadow Shaman has the Mass Serpent wards up. So they might consider doing some pushes here. Especially with Luna's BKB online. Centaur War Runner having the Blade Mail pick up now. The ping's coming off from Error 404 here. They're thinking of going on Timbersaw and now Kyoto. Running in with an Invis Room. This is an opportunity, potentially. No, they don't have somebody to... I don't think that they can get it here, actually. Although Timbersaw... Yeah, no, I don't think they can get on him right now. Timber Chain has such a low cooldown for an escape. P2Z Dota, level 16 now. 4k in the bank. Wow, what is he going for next? Okay, so Lycan is going to get Yule's Scepter, trying to do it. Oh, wow, just barely surviving there. A little bit of a late TP right after the Yule Scepter is used, but does manage to get away. Luna really needs to get farmed here. Okay, so picking up the Ultimate Orb, obviously going for the Mantis style. As we can see here, one-on-one, Jordan Dreher definitely having the advantage. Both of them have BKBs. They're ready for some team fight. Jordan Dreher really needs to be going for this Roshan, I feel. Especially with the farm that's on P2Z Dota at the moment. They have the advantage and they can really win team fights if they just work together. Well, a little bit of a scrap here between Dark Knight and Arrow 404 and Mogul. The Hoof Stomp is going to keep him in position. The follow-up Hex, Dark Knight, that's going to be the end, my friend. The right click's coming down. Centaur is going to have his blink up in 2 seconds. Oh, so he's not going to be able to Hoof Stomp. I called that a little bit too early, but Mogul, why is he not blinking in? Now the zone-ins from P2Z Dota. He's going to fire back and push. Oh, there we go. The Timber Chain actually working there, getting some damage on Mogul. Can't touch this. Stampede going to be used defensively. Timble not in there, right-clicking with the BKB. I think she realizes that the Dire team is just too strong in these team fights at the moment. Dark Knight does have Guardian Angel up, so he could have used that if absolutely necessary. So the Dire can get us around here if they really want to, which it looks like they were considering to set up with this around on the Radiant team as they pushed up. But they knew better. They're just going to go back to some farming. The Dire can really have an advantage. I'd like to see either a Roshan attempt or a smoke up and trying to go for a pick off here with somebody jungling. And the Dire are already going to have their Sentry Wards expired for the Roshan pit. Air 404 going to go in. Okay, so top, it looks like they are going to go for a push here right away. Death Prophet going to pop the ult. Where's the ultimate? Moko can't touch this, blinking in, getting a nice hoof stomp. The silence going to be next in the BKB now. There we go. Moko can't touch this, will be dying. And Jordan Dreher going to pop his BKB, going to maximize the effectiveness of it. Death Prophet can just decide to TP out. Gonna make it. Wow, great job in the trees there. Didn't even have to use the Yule Scepter. Wasn't necessarily able to anyhow. They still get the top tower. And while Centaur Warrunner did fall, they were able to take the tower, so that's important. So Luna getting closer to finishing off her Manta style. Not going for an early Yasha pickup, instead going for an ultimate orb pickup. She was able to get the farm she was looking for, so just went for the bigger item first. Yasha is going to be completed now and on its way. Okay, Lycan, it's your time to Roche. It looks like OM Goblins, you're agreeing with me there in Twitch chat. It's pretty overdue in my opinion. Has his Basher picked up. BKB is going to be off cooldown in just a moment and just going to push, but I think instead of pushing these towers, they need to instead of ratting out these towers, they need to be going for a Roshan or a 5-man. Because they don't have to rat. They can go straight for a 5-man and win during these team fights. Death Prophet in the meantime is getting farmed though, and scales very well into the late game, so they could lose their window of opportunity if Death Prophet is given the chance to continue to farm. What am I saying? Look at Shadow Fiend's farm. He has right now 18.5k, 27 minutes into the game, has a butterfly too, 2.2k extra of gold in the bank. And he's feeling so good. His right clicks right now, look at this, explosive. Nearly 300 damage per right click with 36 souls. And they're good to take these team fights, and here we might see one. It looks like the Serpent Wars are going to be committed onto the tier 2 mid. Dark Knight not going to be able to do much himself, but here's Shadow Fiend. The tier 2 tower is going to be taken. Timble, Jordan Dreher is going to get repelled. Timble, there we go. There's the BKB. Where's the Requiem of Souls? Timble is sitting there with low health. P2Z Dota not going to be using his Requiem of Souls, so Jordan Dreher actually might fall here. And the Death Prophet all going to be used in the meantime. Jordan Dreher, you're going to get out in time. P2Z Dota getting very low as well. Oh my goodness, both of them fall during that team fight. Wow, both of them fall during that team fight. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. So Death Prophet all a little bit stronger during this team fight than I would have thought. The timing might have been a little bit off though. P2Z Dota, oh my goodness, buyback, dieback. And not only do they win the team fight, but they're also going to be taking a set of racks here, 29 minutes of the game. Moko can't touch this, does have Blink pushed on up, so they could potentially take stand-in if they really worked at it with some follow-up hexes with Arrow 404. They're not going to go for it though, just committing to the racks. And they're going to take a set of racks at 29 minutes. YKK offering up a slow clap from the Twitch stream. I like what Om Goblin says here, talking about Lycan. Om Goblin says, definitely, he should have been in there already and looking for the second one. I don't know exactly when he can do it anymore, but level 6 to 8 with Vlad should be plenty. Yes, exactly. As soon as he gets his Vlads, he's good to go. And we saw the wards. We saw the wards and the sentries up, so he had the window of opportunity to go for it. But instead insisted on just taking the lane experience rather than going aggressive. He had the early BKB. I think it's definitely some misplays here from the Dire. Obviously, one of the things that confuses the situation, Salamander, while on, whether it was on purpose or not, decided to abandon the game, and so of course that changes the rules completely. But Lycan had an opportunity here and missed it. During that last team fight, we saw very unfortunately the Shadow Fiend missing out on his farm. Now down to 17,000. Not only did he lose a ton of farm, but had to buy back, turned into a dieback situation. And now Luna going to be on top for farm. All right, so Eagle Song, Manta Style, Blacking Bar, and a Ring of Bassi, and totally leveled up now in all of his abilities, and just going to be ratting out with the Manta style. Kyoto having some nice stacks. Creating some space, creating some XP for the Luna. Death Prophet now with the Bloodstone 8 charges. Hey, Troying for free, good to see you. Yeah, Luna's farm is really looking great here. This is a total turnaround during these team fights. Now Luna bringing the advantage with the Death Prophet. I'm going to farm up some of these Ancients. Looks like one of those Ancients actually had a seizure there. So, okay, trying for free in the Twitch chat saying that Shadow Fiend needs a BKB. Pew Pew saying, though, no need, he has Omni. The only one who needs a BKB is Lycan because of mobility. So we saw during that last major team fight, Dark Knight opened up with a repel on the Lycan. And Lycan ran into the fight, did have the benefit of the BKB. I think that he popped his own BKB a little bit before he needed to. And so its effectiveness was reduced quite a bit there, but Shadow Fiend didn't get any attention from the BKB. Obviously, when he bought back, didn't have the Dark Knight there to give him the repel. So he was on his own without a BKB. I don't think he expected that at all. Well, P2Z Dota, even though he did have a difficult time during that last major team fight, lost a lot of net worth, his farm is coming back online, and him and Lycon are taking the 2 top spots right now for net worth. P2Z going for his Shadow, or his Demon Edge next, and ultimately, I think going to be picking up his... Oh, hold on here. Dark Knight, going to take some harass. Crypt Swarm, oh, not going to be able to Crypt Swarm. Going to stay safe from the right clicks. Good play from him, repelling himself and going for a TP out. And the Timbersaw is going to be falling next from the Rubik. Jordan's rare. Going to pop his BKB. He's looking for maximum right-click damage. Look how much damage he's taking, however. In the meantime, Timble right-clicking him down. And a BKB is used. Central War Runner going to finish off Shadow Fiend. Ouch! Radiant dominating during these team fights. And they are so much on the defense here. Death Prophet still has Exorcism up and going to use that to take down the tier 2 tower bottom. Has a plate mail, going for Assault Cures next. So already tanky and going even more tanky. Oh, there we go. The Shadow, the Ward is going to be placed down. Omni Knight going to fall, and using his repel to keep absolutely feeling a little bit tanky in the meantime. Chakram not doing anything there. No major connects. And they're not going to defend against a second tier 3 being taken down. Look at these glaives, and these racks are just going to melt. Lycan using his wards to slow it up a little bit, but you know what? There's only so much he can do. The BKB is popped. Stanin absolutely is going to take huge amounts of damage. His silence, he will fall. Lycan going back in now, and Telekinesis is going to pull him in. Mogul can't touch this, looking for an opportunity to hoof stomp. Where is it? Oh, not used. The Ice Path is going to lock him in place. Going to be returning that Macropyre damage, though. Of course, in the well, not going to be doing too much to Jakiro. Jordan's rare could get the stomp on Mogul. There we go. Telekinesis is going to pull back Dark Knight. Crypt Swarm, now they're working on the Ancient as well. 35 minutes in, they should be able to get this fairly easily. Wow, the team fight that we thought was present on the Dire just did not work out. While the BKBs were there, it wasn't enough to stop the right clicks from the Luna. The aggressive damage, and that's going to be it for this game. Wow, what a turnaround after that first major team fight that we saw. P2Z Dota went down, bought back, lost the aggressive momentum from his farm, and just wasn't able to bring it back. So great play there from the Death Prophet, forcing the BKBs to be popped, and the Luna just cleaning up shop. Good hexes from Shadow Shaman as well, and keeping people in position during those team fights, especially those who were not BKB carriers. allowing for the Death Prophet to clean up, and Dark Knight being one of those. Centaur Warrunner also very commendable during this game, getting some good blink hoof stops in, locking the Dire in place. And hey, while the farm came out of control from P2Z early on, they just weren't able to pull it back. Obviously, the abandon in the game changed quite a bit from Salamander. Not sure what happened there, but what happened, and yeah, that's the end of that. Okay, guys, well, that's the end of this game, and we're going to go into another lobby. We'll see you in the lobby in just a moment. Guys, I want you to go